All right, so today is April 4th, 2023, and today we have a Ficus Bemjamina that my boss gave to me as a gift. This is the first bonsai that I've bought that already has a S-curve here due to wiring, but to achieve that wiring, there's a decent amount of wire mark scars on here that I'm not really a huge fan of. I did do a small trim on this when I got it about a month or so ago. I'm going to keep it in the same pot, but I do want to get rid of some of this organic soil and put in some fresh bonsai soil. So let's start with the repot. Oh man, the roots don't seem to be really good here. Man, I almost might change the root base. It's like that's where it actually is. It was like that, but it was actually should be like that. That's not the best though. I'm gonna go rinse this off. Be right back. Okay, got the pot all cleaned up. Got some nice clean roots here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about this thing because our root base is actually quite low here, because it should actually be sitting somewhere like that, but that's not good. Instead it was like this, which I guess isn't bad, but geez, it almost looks like this was a cutting at one point. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is probably a cutting. Maybe I'll just bury it down and get rid of some of these lower roots. Let me get my snippers. I don't like this one going up. Not a great root system on this. All right, let's give it a little water. I'm not super happy with how I had to bury the trunk because of the bend, so I'll have to think about that and see how I can fix it in the future. But for today, this is where we're at. Okay, so it's July 9th, 2023, and our Ficus Bemjamina has been enjoying some summer sun and has put on some new growth. But today my goal with this one is to completely defoliate it and to take a look at it to examine the structure. Actually, before I do anything, I do want to trim this long branch here. All right, let's get this started. Okay, so here we are, looking much better. The branches here are much more defined and looking pretty good. So yeah, that'll do it for now. Okay, so today is August 5th, 2023, and after some thought, I've decided I want to try and air layer this ficus. Ever since I did the repot on it, I've been pretty unhappy with having to bury a decent amount of the trunk. So the thought is, if I air layer the top, I can eventually replant the top part and then dig out the remaining part of the trunk and start fresh with a stump. So let's try it. All right, first let's take this rock, which is supporting the tree here. It's feeling pretty sturdy now. Next, let's cut into the bark and peel it back a bit. I'll cut about an inch off the bark all around the trunk. All right, so now we're going to apply some root powder. All right, so I filled this zippy bag with wet garden soil and I'm going to wrap it all around my cut area. It's recommended to use sphagnum moss, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm going to try it with some garden soil. Little test here. Now, ideally, I would put some rubber bands around this, but I couldn't track any down, so I'm going to use a hair tie. So here we go. All right, so here it is. Now we play the waiting game. I've heard that ficus take pretty easily to air laying, so we shall see how this does. And yeah, that's it for today. All right, it is August 26th, and I'm looking at this ficus here, and if I go in here, looks like it got some roots coming. So I think this is gonna work for us. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna leave this in a little bit longer, probably like another week or two, maybe a little bit longer, and then I'll take it out and see what it looks like. But yeah, we got roots. Got roots.